Hello everyone, I am Sheetal. Today in this video, let's know more about biofertilizers and biopesticides, their uses and application method. We will also know how these biofertilizers and biopesticides are playing a major role in organic farming. Organic farming is the recent trend in agriculture. It is the need for the heart. Organic farming is an agricultural system originated in 20th century and it is defined by the use of fertilizers of organic origin such as compost and green manure, etc. Biofertilizers and biopesticides are those protective methods which not only protect the soil health but are also eco-friendly. These can be used for wide ranges of crops. Use of chemical fertilizers not only causes adverse effect for environment, though the farmers use improved varieties and techniques, there is reduced yield and quality of the produce. These chemical fertilizers lead to the poverty and loss of farmers as the input of these fertilizers is costly. To maintain healthy and stable environment in agriculture, organic farming has become the solution and is very effective. Role of biofertilizers is greater in organic farming. Various research and development works is going on about biofertilizers in organic farming departments of various universities. There is need for the farmers to utilize these products for various crops to maintain their yield and quality of the produce. Various biofertilizers like Rhizobium, Azospirillum, Acetobacter, phosphorus solubilizing bacteria, compost culture, mycorrhiza are available. What are biofertilizers? Biofertilizers are those microorganisms which provide one or more nutrients required for the plant growth. These are available both in powdered and liquid form such that they are ready to use. By the use of these biofertilizers, a part or complete nutrient requirement required for the plant growth can be supplied. They appear as black or white powders which contain microorganisms that provide nutrients required for the plant growth. They are the effective alternative for chemical fertilizers. These biofertilizers may be nitrogen fixing, phosphorus solubilizing, phosphorus mobilizing, zinc solubilizing, potassium mobilizing, composting, etc. Nitrogen fixing. Though the atmosphere contains nearly 78% of nitrogen, this cannot be utilized by the plants. Many microorganisms, especially bacteria, convert this unavailable form of atmospheric nitrogen into the available form for the plants. This process is called as biological nitrogen fixation. Every year through this process, 135 into 10 to the power of 6 metric tons of nitrogen is converted into the available forms for the plants. This process is very important as it recycles nitrogen to the field for plant growth. Such microorganisms can be utilized for the supply of nitrogen in agriculture. Most common and mostly used nitrogen fixing bacteria is Rhizobium. Rhizobium is the bacteria that forms nodules in dicot plants such as pulses, groundnuts, green manure crops and other legumes. Rhizobium of same species cannot be utilized for all the dicot plants. Hence, for various dicot plants, Rhizobium species which are specified must be used. This helps in providing nearly 30 to 40% of nitrogen. When used for annual crops, it provides up to 15 to 18 kg per acre of nitrogen. The nodules form solubilize to provide an extra nitrogen of 5 to 8 kg which is available to the next crop, thus increasing the soil fertility. Azospirillum. It can be used for crops like wheat, ragi, jowar, millets, maize, sugarcane and other fodder crops. In India, Azospirillum resiliens is available, which when used provides 20 to 50% of nitrogen. Acetobacter. It can be used for flower, fruits, vegetables and other biennial crops, which when used provides 12 to 15 kg per acre of nitrogen. Azospirillum and Acetobacter provide indole acetic acid and gibberellic acid continuously to the crops, thus improving the physiology, growth of plants and also it improves the yield to some extent. Other nitrogen fixing methods. Actinomycetes, especially Frankia, forms nodules in non-legume crops like Casuarina, Alnus species and other trees for nitrogen fixation. Frankia, though it is a single species, it helps in the growth of plants in areas with less fertility and drought. 250 to 560 kg per hectare of nitrogen can be obtained through this method. Azolla anabena. It grows as a floating plant in water. It can be used in areas with high water for nitrogen fixing as it has symbiotic association with nitrogen fixing bacteria. This plant utilizes sunlight, air and produces its own food and fixes nitrogen required for the plant growth. If used in wheat field with proper techniques, wheat can be completely grown through organic method. 20 to 40 kg per hectare of nitrogen can be fixed through this method. Glucon acetobacter. They are used in crops rich in sugar content like sugarcane, sugar beet. 150 to 180 kg per hectare of nitrogen can be obtained through this method. Acetobacter develops in the roots and stem of these plants and fixes nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. Acetobacter provide various growth promoting substances directly to the plants. Hence, it is an advantage. Phosphorus solubilizing bacteria. Phosphorus applied to the plants is in unavailable form. This is converted to available form by the phosphorus solubilizing bacteria. When the organic matter is rich in the soil, various gases, aluminium, iron, calcium, magnesium are absorbed from it and thus improving the availability of phosphorus to the plants. Methods of application of biofertilizers. Seed treatment. As the microorganisms must develop well around the root system, application methods ensuring that must be used. The biofertilizers available in powdered form must be prepared as a liquid or a paste and then used for the treatment. For small sized seeds, 300 to 400 gram of rhizobium per 10 kg of seeds must be used. For large sized seeds, 350 to 500 gram of rhizobium per 10 kg of seeds must be used. For every 400 to 500 ml of water, 200 gram of biofertilizer must be mixed and the formulation must be prepared. The seeds to be treated must be placed on a clean floor or a sheet as a heap. The prepared formulation of biofertilizer is poured on the seed and mixed well to ensure uniform coating. The treated seed must be then placed on a clean sheet and spread as a thin layer and must be dried under shade. Direct contact of seeds or the packet of biofertilizer with the sunlight must be avoided. The treated seeds must be sown on the same day. Treatment of seedlings. For 100 gram of biofertilizer, 1 liter of water is mixed and the formulation is prepared. The seedlings must be dipped in the formulation such that the roots are soaked in this formulation for about 20 to 25 minutes. Then these seedlings are transplanted to the main field immediately. Nearly 5 to 7 kg of biofertilizer is required for transplanting 1 acre of land. If potato, sugarcane, flowers, fruits are to be treated, then for 1 kg of biofertilizer, 15 to 10 liters of water is poured and the formulation is prepared. Then the saplings are soaked in this formulation for about 20 to 25 minutes and then transplanted immediately. Or the formulation can be sprayed on the heaps of the transplanting parts. Uniform coating of the biofertilizer to all the transplanting parts must be ensured. Azolla. It is used as a green leaf manure. After 1 week of transplanting of paddy, nearly 4 to 5 tons per acre of azolla is added along with 4 kg superphosphate, or 2.5 quintals of growing azolla is added for 1 acre before 1 week of transplanting of paddy, which grows and doubles. It provides nearly 12 to 20 kg per acre of nitrogen. 10 to 15 centimeter of water must be stagnated in the field where azolla is used. Blue-green algae. 4 kg per acre of blue-green algae is added after 1 week of transplantation of paddy field. It provides up to 10 to 15 kg per acre of nitrogen. It also increases the yield up to 10 to 15%. Mycorrhiza. It is used during the land preparation. When mycorrhiza is mixed with the media and then sowing is done, it enhances in the roots and it further spreads from the root system of one plant to the another and develops. If direct treatment is required, then it can be applied by making holes near the roots, or it can be applied around the roots by removing the soil to expose the roots. Uses: growth promoting substances, calcium, magnesium is also supplied to the plant. Disease spread through the roots is also prevented. The lifespan of the plant is extended. Compost culture. It is used for the preparation of organic manure in short span of time. It involves Trichoderma viridae, Aspergillus sedovia, Chrysosporidium, Pleurotus florida. It involves in the degradation of fiber and lignin. For 1 ton of organic waste, 1 to 2 kg of compost culture is required. The waste is broken down into smaller pieces and water is added to ensure 60% moisture. For 1 to 2 kg of compost culture, 14 to 15 litre of water is mixed and the formulation is prepared. This formulation is applied on the layers of waste. Up to 4 feet layers of waste is prepared. Within 8 to 10 weeks, the compost is prepared. This method also helps in situ composting, which is an advantage. Organic waste from sugarcane, maize, cotton can be composted in the same field by spreading the waste in the field and applying 1 to 2 kg of compost culture per acre during evening times. 8 to 10 weeks, the compost is prepared. This method is very effective in managing the water scarcity and also the weeds. What are the advantages of biofertilizers? They are of less cost and more effective. They are very easy to use. Less use of chemical fertilizers, effective nutrient management. They increase the yield and quality of the produce, and they also provide various plant growth promoting substances to the plants. What are the precautions to be taken while using the biofertilizers? They should always be stored in cool places. They should be avoided from the direct contact from the sunlight. They should never be mixed with chemical fertilizers. They should always be used in recommended dosage and within the validity period. If the packets are torn, they should not be bought and they should never be used. Always ensure the presence of the name of the biofertilizer, manufacturing company, crop suitable, method of usage, date of manufacture and date of expiry on the packet of the biofertilizers. Nevertheless, biopesticides are also playing a major role in organic farming. These are the pesticides of biological origin. They include the products from various organisms like plants, bacteria and other microbes. The examples for biofertilizers are neem oil, citronella oil, BT, Trichoderma viridae, etc. Always follow the precautions while using. Never forget the precautions. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vignan.